Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. It's a brand new week and I hope you're in positive spirits as always. But if you're not, don't worry, that's why I'm here. I come your way once again with a brand new episode of Wake Up Weekly, something to help kickstart your day and hopefully be able to take you through the week. So today we're talking about this season. We're in quarantine, right? And I just thought I'll do this video to just share a few lights on some of the things I've been experiencing in this season and a little bit of advice. The whole world is in lockdown. I mean, even if you're not in lockdown, I think people are gradually settling down or gradually shifting into the new normal, as we call it, because it's a whole new normal. Like to see people with masks and having to wash your hands like 1,000 times a day. And all of these things that we need to do. So it's a whole new normal. While shooting this video, we are still on lockdown, so I'm at home. I've been at home for almost, I think, 8 weeks now. I know maybe it might not sound great to say this, but I've actually enjoyed this time. I just feel like, you know, the whole world just needed a reset. Not to say that the whole coronavirus thing is good, but you know, I just felt like the whole world really needed a reset, and so it was a good time to just rest. And so I personally have enjoyed it. So I think that one of the lessons that I've learned in this season is to just rest in God and just spend more time with God. See, the thing is, if you're a go-getter, if you are someone who is always on the go, you know, because everyone has dreams and aspirations, we all want to go get it, because, you know, we've been motivated to go out there and just do our best, which I'm a part of as well. But I just feel like in this season really, if you had always made an excuse to say that you didn't have time to spend time, you didn't have enough time to spend time with God, or to read your Bible, or to watch sermons, or to do things in relation to God, then this may sound harsh, but I think you are not actually serious with your work with God. The hard truth, let's say if you were spending, let's say 5-10 minutes before coronavirus happened, and then now you don't have anywhere to go, like we are all stuck at home, and you can't really dedicate, like, let's say 10 or 20 minutes to praying, listening to a podcast, or just reading your Bible, then I think the root cause is indiscipline. Like, it's indiscipline, because at this point you have no reason. One of the things I've done personally is to be very intentional, and I know it's hard. I know it can be really hard, especially we are sleeping late, waking up late, and so by the time you realize it's late, like, so if you're not careful, if you don't dedicate time, then you're not doing anything at all. But this is the season to lean in. This is the season to rest in God. This is the season to actually pray for your senses to be sharpened, so that you can hear God's voice, so that even when the bands are lifted and you go out there, because it has been like a habit, you know, you make time even within those normal times, like you make time within your work schedule to spend time with God. Like, it's a beautiful place to be in. Not to say that it's easy, but it's beautiful. Once you actually find that rhythm, you wouldn't want to stop at all. And also, I think this is the right season to really build on yourself. If you've been home for like 8 weeks and you haven't picked up a book to develop yourself, or listen to a podcast, or haven't done anything to personally develop yourself, I don't know what to say, because I think we've just gotten into this habit of thinking, you know, it's just one of those days, and so we are not really making use, or we are not being effective in this season. The fact that you are on lockdown doesn't mean that your personal development is also on lockdown. That's not true. There's so many things you can do. There's so many things. Like, I'm so amazed by the creativity going on. I'm so amazed by how much people are just being so creative on YouTube, like ideas that it's beautiful. I'm just like, wow, you know, creativity is actually birthed out of isolation. That is one thing I can say. Creativity is definitely birthed out of isolation, because once we're quiet, right, we are able to connect to our creative side. And that side has always been there. That creative part of you has always been there, but it just needed you to reconnect with it. And so this is really the season to reconnect with that part of you, that side of you. And so I've really loved seeing people starting YouTube channels, people doing amazing things. Like it's nice. I just get so motivated. I'm just like, wow, I didn't know you could do this. I didn't know you could come up with this. But it's just been so beautiful watching people just evolve in this season, you know, in this season of uncertainty. Like this is the time for you have no excuse. I remember the first 2 weeks of the lockdown, I was very intentional about spending time with my family. I was very, very intentional. So we watched movies. It was all movie throughout. We were watching movie till about 2-3 in the morning, and it was so nice. Those memories were nice because we created this bond that every evening they're like, okay, movie time, you know, everyone, and we're all rushing to go and watch a movie, and it was so nice. It's the little things that count. It's not about the big holidays and all of that. It's, you know, those things are necessary as well. If you can't, it's nice to travel, to have new experiences and be exposed to new things. But then sometimes it's the little things that matters. It's the little thoughts that counts. It's you just creating that normal in your house, that new normal in your house, where you share a meal, you sit down together, you talk about how your children are feeling, or how your spouse is feeling, or how your friend is feeling. It's a nice thing, you know, to be able to connect with people. So I think you should try that as well. And also, if maybe there's been something that you've been procrastinating because you didn't have enough time, I think this is the time for you to start that blog. This is the time for you to start writing that book. I'm talking to myself. I feel like I'm coming for myself. Ouch. But yeah, because I've always said, oh, you know, I don't have time. But I think it's time for us to write down the ideas and start blogging, writing. Even in this season, what are you learning? It can be so much. It can be a lot for people to learn. There's so much that you're learning, so you could teach people, or you can share with people and they can learn from it. I believe that every day, you know, there's so much in every day. There's so much lessons we can derive from each day. And so if you're learning something new, don't keep it to yourself. I want to know. I'm sure we all want to know. So yeah, it's one of the things I also advise. Just start wherever you said you wanted to do. Just begin. If you don't even know how it's going to pan out, just start. You just never know, you know, just start. I've come to believe that, you know, there's so much power in just starting something. You just need to start, basically. Just start it and everything will fall into place, and you'll be wondering like, wow, why didn't I start earlier? But don't fall into the trap of saying, oh, you know, I wish. We don't want to hear I wish. We want to know that yes, you did it, because we are proud of you already for even thinking of starting it. So go for it and start. I hope you guys have been blessed by this video, and I hope that, you know, in this season we will not just waste this season, because none of our seasons should be wasted. And please, one more thing before I actually go. I've been seeing memes about people saying that, you know, 2020 is not part of their year. For me, 2020 is part of my year. Why? Because this is a year that God has created. I'm not going to say 2020 is not part of my year. Like, can we please stop those jokes? Because you can't say, oh, this year you're not going to celebrate your birthday, right? So far as you're celebrating your birthday, it means it's one of the years. So for me, this year is also a year of harvest for me. This year is a year of rest. I'm still expecting, I'm still looking forward to all that God has for me this year. So please let us be careful of the things and the jokes that we do share, because it's not funny. You know, you're a result of the decisions you made yesterday. And so there's some things that we shouldn't be playing around with. So I hope you guys have been blessed. Like, share, comment, and I'll come your way next week again with a brand new episode. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe if you haven't done that. Thank you. Bye.